Please landing zone confirmed.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa.
Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. Apparently they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at GIGABYTE. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place.
Analysis complete. Analysis. The map has been. Analysis complete.
You need to help
Map
her.
analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Thanks.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Target extracted. Now extract the remaining target. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Amazing, boss. Getting both prisoners out in that situation.
Mission
Great
info
work.
has been
Now
updated.
exfiltrate.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Buddy!
The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
You gotta extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Exfiltrated hot zone.
Alright, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, we placed the 2 targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examined the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English was one of them. Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter?
Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand! Hold her still! Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tight security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
Boss, about Eli. I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt. operations is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
Take aim.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Analysis of the
Okay,
map
that's
has
the
been
general's brother.
updated.
His number 2. Get him out of there, boss. Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Fire!
There he is,
The
the
map
commander.
has been
Prepare to fire.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
A group of child
Enemy
soldiers.
presence detected.
No,
The map
must be a
has been
squad they had out on
updated.
patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Boss, another child soldier has entered
Enemy
the village.
presence detected.
Must have been out on
The map
patrol.
has been
Looks
updated.
like they had more than one patrol out. Watch yourself.
Enemy presence detected.
Don't hurt
The
any
map
of those
has been
kids.
updated.
Disengage or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put him down gently.
Fire! Fire!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Mosi, kata ya Bankaka,
Command
Namono,
post captured.
Elaka Mono, Mambo, General Salaka. Bantu ya Buta, ya
Please select a landing. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Bantu ya buta ya mbele.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Bantu ya buta ya mbele. Nikata mosi. Leta moso. Pampanga.
All that's left is to extract the commander.
Weather will clear shortly.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Mission info has been updated. Support helicopter has arrived. Exfiltrated
That's
hot
it.
zone.
You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Mission complete, boss. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
All right. We'll quarantine quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Development complete. Select unit. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
All right. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
All right. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection? jobs come in. It's a hit on the human trafficker who sent Shibani and the others to GIGABYTE, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
The target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find the route, find the man.
Be careful down there, boss.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
Hey! You okay?
The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
A prisoner. He might have some information. If you extract him, we'll see what he knows.
Analysis complete.
What? Huh? Speak.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Clouds approaching.
Help me! Is she okay?
Roger that.
Analysis complete.
Boss, that prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll do... I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help?
Analysis complete.
Subject is in.
Analysis complete.
Boss, leave the intel files till later. The enemy's on combat alert.
Caution. Rain approaching. Plant expansion complete.
Boss, come in. Boss?
Boss, the target is moving across the savannah. Find him and eliminate him. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. Find the route. Find the man. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Intel
Picked up an
file
intel file.
obtained.
According to this information, the target is headed for Gaziba camp.
The map
We also
has
have
been
his movement
updated.
route. I've updated your map. Use the target's route to locate him. Eliminating him will be much harder if he makes it to the Gaziba camp. Take him down on the savannah.
Marker placed. Extraction arrived at the mega base. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Talk.
Clouds approaching. Plant expansion complete. Analysis complete.
That's the target. Boss, the target's getting away. Don't let him make it to that outpost. Hurry!
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
You gotta extract him. Target extracted. We'll let the client know he's been dealt
Mission
with.
info has been
Exfiltrate out of the
updated.
hot zone by chopper or on land.
You have arrived at your destination.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Exfiltrated
All
hot
right,
zone.
you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh? Our trafficker was very talkative. Guinea pigs. That's what became of his kidnapped victims. Says he got a good look at that factory at Zoya Badiabulu when he dropped off some fresh guinea pigs for them, along with our man without a face. His instincts told him to run like the rat he is. Said it wasn't worth the money. Figured he could be next. That's when he went to the NGO for help. He thought that in exchange for his buyer's list, they could set him up with a new identity someplace far away. He had an idea who he was up against, and he didn't want to take any chances. A true rat. But like us dogs, he knew when he smelled trouble. And something else. He said the specimens come from deep in the forest. We don't know what he meant by specimens just yet, but those guinea pig symptoms match what we've seen on the infected at Mother Base. Deep in the forest. Maybe there's the clue we need to beat this infection. Boss, the truth could be right around the corner.
Side ops list updated.
Boss, We finally heard from one of our
Mission
missing
list
Intel
updated.
team members. He says he has a solid lead on the epidemic at Mother Base. Take a look at the mission details ASAP.
Please support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Boss, about Eli. No matter how many times we talk to him, he just won't listen. He sees everything in terms of victory or defeat and still won't accept that you beat him. We're gonna have to put him in his
Caution,
place.
rain approaching.
Again. If you don't mind, come back to Mother Base and go another round with him.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
Has
Silo
that rat
completed.
finally accepted that he lost? Hopefully now he'll be a bit more...
Development
obedient.
project has been added.
Welcome home, boss.
Please the landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Please select a landing zone. Landing
Departing.
zone confirmed. Please select a mission.